Do you actually care? That's all we are asking. Do you actually care, Manchester United players? That's truly all we ask. Because it is honestly devastating to watch 100 minutes of that football. I literally could pull out my eyes. My God, we cannot score for crap. We cannot score for shit. We cannot score to save the Titanic if we had the opportunity to. This is ridiculous. It just is. It just is. Today's game, Bournemouth had one shot on target and they scored from it. They scored from one shot on target. Why Manchester United just kept on getting chances on chances, chances on chances that we could not put away one of them. It came at the dime minute in the 96th minute for Rasmus Hojlund to actually score. Now, I would say this. Congratulations, Rasmus. Because it is much needed. You needed that. This is a goal that you needed, especially going into Thursday against Athletic Club. You needed this goal. But now let's talk about the entire game because, of course, we know Manchester United drew 1-1 to FC Bournemouth. And it was problematic because key moments in the game were very far and very few. It's Antoine Semenyo. Anybody that knows this has always understood that I find this guy to be one of the players that will be a steal this summer. He scored in the 23rd minute with a banger by my dad art because he lashed that ball so hard with his left foot. There was no way the ball was already in the back of the net before Andre Onana fell on the ground. That's how crazy it was. That's honestly how crazy it was in terms of the pace of the shot. I wish I could actually see how fast that ball went. And then, of course, the second moment of the game was Rasmus Hojlund. Rasmus Hojlund scoring, salvaging a draw with Manchester United at stoppage time. It was an equalizer that he absolutely needed. We absolutely needed because we were going on 16, repeat, 16 losses in one Premier League season. We haven't done that in a very long time. We already broke the record with 15 losses. Getting another extra record, we are now setting every record as we lose. We still have a couple of games before the season is over. It was a troubling one. It was a troubling one. But let me get into the tactics. I really want to get into the tactics because this is where things absolutely play out. This is the moment things actually play out. Manchester United have struggled with finishing, and every single person knows it. It's a recurring issue in every game that we have seen this entire season. Manchester United have struggled with finishing, and for the love of me, Ineos, please do not chip in out on getting us a striker. Do not chip in out on bringing another learner's permit. Do not chip in out on understanding that this is the most important part of the football pitch. This is the most important part of winning games. This is the most important part of winning titles and climbing up the ladder in the Premier League. We need to get an experienced striker that is in his peak. He's currently sitting right in his peak because I understand 25 to 26 is when a striker actually start taking off to getting into his peak. Victor Osimhen. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. Victor Osimhen would guarantee you, and I know nothing is a guarantee, nothing is given, but Victor Osimhen, the way he plays, the way he converts half chances, will guarantee you at least 18 goals a season. 18 goals a season based on his last 5 Premier League, not even Premier League season, but based on his last 5 seasons, or last 3 seasons, may I add, to be more precise. Nothing less than 18 goals. Nothing less. I know Liam Delap is a good player, but Victor Osimhen's release clause is not much more than £30 million that everyone is asking for Liam Delap. Go get Osimhen. Go get Osimhen so we can actually see these players work. And if you want, you can even get Liam Delap for the future. If you want. Because don't get me wrong, I believe it is possible. It is possible that we get two strikers because we are losing Anthony and we are probably losing Rashford. Victor Osimhen comes in for that kind of Rashford money, but let's say about 275 to 300 because he deserves it. And Liam Delap comes in for like 110. It works in mathematically when it comes to the wage structure. But then we go into the second thing. Bournemouth maintained a defensive solidity today. Whew, it was hard to break them down. Even the last goal, the goal that came from Rasmus Hojlund, was deflection. It was a well-worked goal, well-worked chance for Ugarte to actually pass it, but Ugarte's ball was not as heavy, did not carry a lot of vigor. And so when the ball came to Rasmus Hojlund, his touch basically took it away from Kepa Asperebalaga, whatever his name is. His name is Azarabalaga, whatever. But the defensive structure that Ariola puts out to play, especially when he's 1-0 up, it's impressive. It is impressive. It truly is. But talking about defensive woes, Luke Shaw made his first start in over a year. In over a year. And one thing I would say with that is we might have been coming to an end of Luke Shaw's contract at Manchester United. It is tough to defend Luke Shaw. It is tough to defend Luke Shaw. It is incredibly, incredibly tough to defend Luke Shaw. It is. It truly is. And I know he's coming back from injury, but that also is part of the problem. In over a year, Manchester United have not been able to select Luke Shaw to start a match. And that in itself, it's a problem. Now, what are the implications of this draw? Every single person asked. Bournemouth remains at 10th place, hurting their European qualification hopes because Bournemouth would have gotten to 8 if they had won, if they had gotten all 3 points. And Manchester United, sera, we stay at 14th place, continuing the most disappointing Premier League campaign I have ever seen. Honestly, it is the worst I have seen in a very long time. In a very long time. But guess what? I am happy that this game is over and we can focus right now on the game on Thursday. It has to be it. It has to be togetherness. You guys have to be awake and ready to face Athletic because you are going to be playing in Bilbao, and Bilbao understands that they have the opportunity to play the finals of the Europa League at home, and they will also be ready. So let's make sure that we do not give them any chance, any breathing room for them to actually get a foot in the finals. We need to go to Bilbao, beat them at least 2-0 or 3 to make it Arsenal versus Real Madrid, and come back home comfortably where we dispatch them 1-0. That is what I need us to do. Now, where are the goals going to come from? I have no clue, but I can only hope. But one thing that I would say with this that is a shining light, in my opinion, is Chido Obi Martin. Coming into the game, his movements, his demand for where the ball is to go is truly a breath of fresh air. Chido Obi Martin is 7. I think he said we should stop putting the Martin in his name. So Chido Obi is 17 years old and he's demanding the ball already, better than Rasmus. He is demanding his runs are a little bit cleaner. His runs are a little bit more on par to what the player that has the ball is thinking. And that in itself is encouraging to see. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this game. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.